The very first time I ever voted, my whole entire life, was for Barack Obama.
The first time I voted was when I was 18. It was a family rite of passage in our family. So you got your driver's license at 16 and you voted at 18, and there were no, you couldn't argue with it, because our parents woke us up, reminded us that it was election day, and we voted as a family.
The thing that makes me excited about voting back then was the idea that my vote could actually bring about change, that my vote actually could do something that was very positive.
It was exciting to think that as a young person, especially, there was one thing that I could do which enabled me to have a full say in what was going to happen in our city, what was going to happen in our state, and what was going to happen in our country. So that was really exciting then. I had cousins who lived in different areas of the country, and we were all voting that year together. So it was exciting to talk about what we were doing and who we were voting for and why we were voting and why it was important for us.
Just the energy of the moment. Not only were we potentially electing the first black president, but all the policies and ideas around change and what it could mean. And, I was in college, and so, we were going house to house and knocking on doors and churches and giving campaign speeches and help and all that kind of stuff. It was just exciting to be a part of the voting process. My little sons, I have a 5-year-old and an 8-year-old, and they are engaged in this process, right? They're watching the news every day. They're seeing what's happening in our city right here in St. Paul and Minneapolis. And so they're very aware of the role of politics and the role of leaders in this moment. And so what's exciting for me is being able to share with them that this is how we elect leaders. This is how we elect policymakers. This is how we change the things that are happening in and around our city, in and around our nation. And so getting them engaged, they drove with me, or rode with me when we went to the polls a couple months ago. They'll be with me as we get out to help other folk register to vote, and they're coming, when I go to vote again. So just watching their engagement in this process now has me excited.
I'm also excited because I have a niece who is 18, and she is voting for the first time this year. So I'm excited for her. I'm excited for all young people who are participating in helping to shape this country for all of our good, not just for their good, but for all of us. And so it's really exciting to see the energy, and hopefully that energy translates into going to the polls, taking a few friends, and then using the one right that we have to really make change.
The same thing is getting me excited now. It's the idea that for me to see change and want to have change happen, that I need to get as many people as possible out to vote.